Freedom is a process having different phases or different stages, which we could call internal decisions and historical actions. The process is realized through the expression of free will. Independence is also a process having different stages made up of our decisions in key moments in time. And when we look back at these decisions, we can talk about development, about degrees of change, and the movement towards the final phase of independence, when you truly become free. For long periods of time, our history, unfortunately, did not belong to us. They called it annexation, but in reality, it meant occupation and half a century of slavery. For them, these were only lists with the names of our grandparents, but for our nations, it meant genocide. They thought our resistance was a kind of revenge, a fruitless endeavor, because they never understood what freedom truly means when it is more than a word. They persecuted and imprisoned us, and they called this peace. They wouldn't allow us into the free world because they didn't want us to see and understand its principles. They wouldn't allow us to gather and unite, but in the end, we refused to fear their prohibitions. Our internal freedom could not be contained. We broke out, feeling that we had truth and justice on our side, feeling that we stood together with our neighboring nations. The river of violence became the river of life. We raised our flags ever higher, yearning to be reborn as states, to have our own societies once more. We finally showed the world what unity really means. We showed everyone what we want to leave behind and what we want to join, what we want to emulate, and how we see our future. They told us we're making a mistake, that there's no turning back. You'll be sorry, they said, and they scared us with guns and blockades, but we held fast to each other's hands, and the reborn voice of our freedom was never silent again. Freedom is not a wall, but a bridge. It is not a barrier, but a connection. It is autonomy. It is a feeling that the hands we raise belong to us. Only connections born of the freedom to decide for ourselves can lead us out of our chains. Only they can allow us to mature as citizens, to grow as democracies, and to allow us to live in a community based on trust. We made the most important decisions together. We, the countries by the Baltic Sea, we, the people who call each other brothers and sisters. Our folk songs and legends, after all, are so alike. And even when we disagree, we always find a common language and a unified position on the essential issues. Our decisions, harmonizing with each other, allowed us to achieve what today we can call the symbols of independence. Today's act of disconnection is not just a symbol expressing our free will. It is another beginning for our independence. It is another story on our road to freedom. We have disconnected from the tension formed by lies and threats. We have connected to the energy of progress and new technology. We have disconnected from the currents of the past. We have connected to the networks that cover and create the world of the future. We have disconnected with an ode to independence that connects us to each other ever more securely. The tremor we feel at this moment in the countries by the Baltic Sea is the energy of the free world flowing through us, around us, above us, starting from today.
Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, the President of the Republic of Lithuania, Gitanas Nausėda, the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the Republic of Poland, Andrzej Duda, the President of the Republic of Latvia, Edgars Rinkevičs, the President of the Seimas, Excellencies Ambassadors, Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're opening the ceremony of the Baltic states' connection to the continental European electricity system, named the Energy Independence Day. Ladies and gentlemen, to commence the official ceremony, we invite to the stage His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Lithuania, Gitanas Nausėda.
Your Excellencies, dear colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and privilege to welcome you all here in Vilnius. This is a historic day, marking the end of a long journey for Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. Having started with the restoration of political independence in the early 90s, today we proudly declare to have finally achieved full energy independence. For Lithuania, every new step along the way, building the Būtingė oil and Klaipėda LNG terminals, as well as boosting green energy, has brought more security and freedom of action. This allowed us to become the first European country to eliminate trade in gas, oil, and electricity with Russia. Today, we witness a truly regional triumph born out of close cooperation. Having walked the last mile together, the Baltic states are breaking away from hostile dependencies once and for all. Proudly assuming part of our joint responsibility for frequency control, we turn our backs to the old centralized system controlled from Moscow. From now on, having synchronized our electricity systems with the networks of continental Europe, we are fully integrated with the European energy market. Our joint success, which would be impossible without the participation of our close friend Poland, shows the true value of solidarity and unity, the core principles of the European Union. It sends a strong message of encouragement across the entire continent. Everyone can see now that even in these challenging times, great projects of geopolitical importance can and should be implemented. At the same time, we understand there is much more to do. Witnessing systematic attempts to disrupt critical underwater infrastructure in the Baltic Sea, and also direct military attacks on Ukrainian infrastructure, we must work on ensuring the security of our strategic assets. This must be done at both the national and European levels. The goal that we share with Latvia, Estonia, and Poland is to improve our resilience and promote sustainable economic growth. For Lithuania, this means building more links with our neighbors, such as Harmony Link, and developing new ambitious regional projects such as Hydrogen Corridor and Energy Hub. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a great joy today to greet dear colleagues from Poland, Estonia, Latvia, and the European Commission here in Vilnius. While congratulating every country involved in this project, I would like to send special thanks to the European Commission. From the very beginning, the Commission recognized the synchronization of the Baltic states as a strategic project for the European Union and provided substantial financial support. Thank you, dear Ursula. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to all those who worked tirelessly to make synchronization possible, both on the political and a technical level. Your dedication strengthened our countries, enhanced our joint energy security, and most importantly, ensured the safety of our people. Let the synchronization of the Baltic states serve us all as a reminder that great ideas, political will, and collaboration bring about positive change that is always needed. Let our success help us build a resilient and prosperous future in Europe. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen.
My fellow leaders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, what a day to be in Vilnius. What a day for Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia. What a day for your close neighbors, such as Poland. And what a day for Europe. Because today, history is being made. The Baltic states are switching on energy independence. No more reliance on Russia. No more external control. From this moment on, you are fully connected to Europe. And what a journey it has been. 18 years of planning. The Baltics working hand in hand with Poland and the Scandinavian countries. More than 40 infrastructure projects. Over 1.2 billion euros in European investment. Tireless cooperation between governments, engineers and institutions. All of it was worth it. Because today, we're not just talking about energy. As you've said, rightly so, Gitanas, synchronization is about sovereignty. We remember 1990, when the Soviet Union imposed an economic and energy blockade on reborn Lithuania. A desperate act to stop independence. Yet here we are today, standing together, 35 years later, cutting the last dependence on Russian energy. Congratulations. For too long, we Europeans depended on Russian energy. Before Russia's invasion of Ukraine, 45% of our gas, 50% of our coal, and nearly 1/3 of our oil came from Russia. It seemed cheap, but you knew better. From your history, you knew Russian energy came at a price. Blackmail, price shocks, economic uncertainty. So we acted. With Repower EU, we slashed our dependency on Russian fossil fuels. We stopped importing Russian coal. We cut Russian oil purchases down to 3%. We reduced gas imports by 75%. And today, the last electricity grids in Europe that were still linked to Russia are now fully integrated in Europe's internal energy market. Our cooperation proves when we stand together, no one can blackmail us. This story is also about resilience. Russia targets European infrastructure, testing our defenses, spreading chaos and fear. And once again, the Baltic states lead by example. You have invested heavily in your cybersecurity of your grids. You're constantly strengthening them. And this is how we must think all across Europe. That is also why we asked President Niinistö to prepare a new blueprint for European preparedness. His report is absolutely clear. We must move from reacting to preparing. Closer coordination between member states, better protection of our critical infrastructure, readiness across government and society to defend the European way of life. The Baltic synchronization makes us stronger, more resilient, better prepared for the future. And we cannot talk about the future without clean energy. Synchronization with the continent will help integrate renewable energy into your grids. This is not only cheaper, it gives us energy security and independence. It's homegrown. It creates good jobs at home here in Europe. And it is good for our competitiveness. A strong economy needs cheap, stable and reliable power. And the Baltic states are leading this transformation. You are investing in solar and wind, offshore wind, you are building smart grids, you are proving that energy independence and clean energy can go hand in hand. Across Europe, renewables now generate more electricity than all fossil fuels combined. This is the future. It benefits consumers and industry, lowers energy cost, more investment, greater innovation. But we must go further. This is why we will complete the European Energy Union so that power flows seamlessly and freely across our continent. So yes, my dear friends, today is a day to celebrate, because this is about more than energy. It is about European integration. It is about European sovereignty. It is about proving once again that when we come together, we can move mountains. Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, you are at the heart of Europe. You work tirelessly for this moment. And today, all of Europe celebrates with you. Long live the Baltics, long live Europe. Thank you very much.
Please welcome to the stage His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Poland, Andrzej Duda.
President Nausėda, my dear colleague and host of this event, fellow presidents, excellencies, ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is the second time in recent months that we have gathered here in Lithuania to celebrate yet another step forward in making our region more secure, resilient, and integrated. What we are witnessing today is the crowning achievement of almost 18 years of substantial efforts in at least 3 dimensions: political, technical, and financial one. However, there is also one extra context worth highlighting: the symbolic natures of this development. It is the final emancipation from the post-Soviet sphere of dependence, in this case, in the energy sector. Ladies and gentlemen, for any Central European nation, especially after the emergence of Moscow's neo-imperialism, cutting all strategic links with Russia is a moral imperative and a political necessity. This enormous geopolitical challenge that we are currently facing in the East presents a threat, but also an opportunity for us to review the fundamentals of our energy policies. It offers a unique chance to make sure that our ambitions, expectations, and actions have solid foundations, and that our regulatory framework helps to enhance our security, resilience, and prosperity. I'm happy that the Baltic's integration into the EU electricity grid, together with such products as a floating LNG independence unit, gas interconnector Poland-Lithuania, Baltic pipe, LNG terminal in Świnoujście, and many other projects contribute significantly to our collective response to the challenges of today and to Russia's intimidations. Our joint actions to reduce our dependency and increase our resilience and economic security contribute significantly to the plans of the EU Commission mentioned by President von der Leyen in her statement on the EU competitiveness compass earlier this year. The next multi-annual financial framework will be an opportunity to go further and rethink the structure and allocation of the EU budget in support of the competitiveness priorities. We are well aware that the public funding is not sufficient and that the private capital must also be tapped into across all the priority areas, including energy or defense. Madam President, dear fellow presidents, what I find in these statements is a reflection of what 12 and now 13 EU member states talked about when forming the 3 Seas Initiative, a format of regional collaboration founded by Poland and Croatia a decade ago. Regional connectivity in the energy, transport and digital spheres is instrumental for the 3 Seas Initiative. It is a great satisfaction for me to see that the Baltic states are the most enthusiastic states of the initiative, with projects such as Brel, desynchronization or Rail Baltica being instrumental in building up this region's economic resilience and cohesion. Such ambitious projects require bold decisions and enormous budgets. However, we need to take all the necessary steps to implement them to reduce the gap between our region and the rest of Europe, not only are they crucial for Poland and the Baltic states, but also for the entire EU. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I wish to make an appeal. Let us not forget the brutal geopolitics, which forces us to design these new projects as a dual-use infrastructure, serving the civilians, but also, if necessary, the military. Many of the aspects I raised today will be subject of the debate at the 10th Three Seas Initiative Summit and Business Forum on April 28th and 29th in Poland, to which you are all cordially invited. Thank you.
Please welcome His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Latvia, Edgars Rinkēvičs.
Dear President Nausėda, dear fellow presidents, dear colleagues, distinguished guests, I think that when we celebrate tonight, it's fair to say that this is not only a technical milestone, but also a day to mark a very historic transformation, to mark a new era of energy independence of the Baltic states. Today, as our grids synchronize with continental Europe, we complete a journey that began back in 2009. This is a moment of unity, a moment that reaffirms our unwavering commitment to sovereignty and resilience. But we also should keep in mind that resilience is not a given. It is a process. And we still need to be vigilant. We need to continue strengthening our independence. It will have costs. But it is of utmost importance during these uncertain times, especially when our aggressive neighbors continue to test our readiness and try to disrupt our security. For decades, our energy systems have been connected to Russia and Belarus. Now, we are making one more step to cut these ties. We do that out of national security reasons. We do that out of common sense reasons. This achievement proves we can overcome even the most entrenched of dependencies. It is a testimony to the tireless work of our system operators and engineers. They have done the utmost to reconstruct and reinforce our infrastructure. They have done their utmost to ensure that our grids become stronger, smarter, and fully integrated into the European energy family. Here I want to thank them, but I also want to thank the European Commission for its steadfast support. Substantial co-financing of our infrastructure project has been instrumental in making this vision a reality. I want to thank also Poland. Poland's vital role in connecting us to the European energy system made this day possible. And of course, I want to thank our neighbors, Estonia and Lithuania, for being best neighbors, sometimes. It is through such partnerships and friendships that we strengthen our security, and the very fabric of European solidarity are essential. And we all understand that no longer are we bound to external influences that do not share our values. From this day forward, the power that flows through our grids is truly European, as is the power of our choices of our future. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Minister of Climate of the Republic of Estonia, Yoko Alender.
Honored Presidents, Prime Minister, Ministers, distinguished guests, labas vakaras, lab vakar, guten Abend, good evening, tere õhtust. It is a great honor for me to be here with you today and represent Estonia at this historic moment. First, please accept my sincere gratitude to the European Commission, the European Climate Infrastructure and Environment Executive Agency, SINEA, the ENTSO-E, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, and our transmission system operators for unwavering support and collaboration on this historic journey. Special thanks to Lithuania for hosting this energy independence event. This weekend, we made history together. We spent 15 years preparing for this project. We were fully prepared and successfully joined the European power system. We made our electricity system secure and fully independent from Russia. In many ways, synchronization is comparable to joining the Schengen visa area. Both ensure freedom and independence, enabling the safe movement of both people, and in this case, the vibration of electrons among reliable partners. This means trust, the European value and currency with the highest value. We took full control of our energy reserves and fully integrated into the European legal framework. This was the final step in Baltic's journey toward complete European integration. From now on, our energy market will offer us the same opportunities as other European countries. Today, we celebrate not just the success of a project, but the fulfillment of a long-standing commitment to security and European unity. We must resist provocations. The goal of the saboteurs is to weaken European unity. This proves that energy security is an integral part of broader security policy. The common European legal framework, common European market, and common protection of our critical infrastructure. Europe has strong energy connectivity and strong interconnections, an advantage in the world, a strength we have to build upon further. I am convinced that energy security depends on a diverse energy system. We must invest in renewable energy, storage technologies, dispatchable units, and international interconnections. This is the only way to ensure a reliable electricity supply and sustainable economic growth in an ever-changing world. And here I have good news from Estonia. Last week, our government agreed on a long-awaited and clear energy vision to ensure electricity in Estonia is secure, affordable, and clean. As part of this vision, we are taking significant steps to expand renewable energy production. In April, we will launch tenders for onshore and offshore wind projects, a step that will triple Estonia's wind energy production. I firmly believe that we must take decisive steps to increase electricity generation in the Baltics and ensure its optimal availability. Strengthening interconnections and expanding available dispatchable capacity is an essential part of this. At the same time, improving interconnections will allow for a greater share of renewable energy in our electricity mix, leading to lower prices for the Baltic consumers. This aligns very well with the European Commission's key priorities: ensuring affordable energy, strengthening cross-border connectivity, and securing vital infrastructure investments. The continuous threat to our critical infrastructure has forced us to carefully evaluate new ways to mitigate sudden price hikes and safeguard energy supply during emergencies. I strongly believe that our citizens should not bear the costs of damages caused by Russia's shadow fleet. Protecting critical infrastructure must be a shared priority within the EU, with better coordination and stronger safeguards in place. Kersti Kaljulaid, Estonia's 5th president, once said, "Small nations have no time for small goals. They have to think big in order to become contributors. Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania have embodied this principle by pursuing and achieving energy independence. We did not settle for temporary solutions or hesitate in the face of challenges. Instead, we acted decisively, strengthening our infrastructure, our security, and our role within Europe. One more time, thank you to all of you who have contributed to the successful implementation of the Synchronization project. Warmest thanks to my team. We made history, not only today, but also for our future generations. They certainly appreciate the opportunity to live in such a Europe. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting the activation ceremony of the Baltic states' connection to the continental European electricity system. Gediminas Gelgotas and Vilnius City Niko Ensemble and their special music performance, The Connection.
It's now when I'm losing me, I go, and I'm only half. I know it's now when I'm losing you. Every time I know it's now when I'm losing you, I go, and I'm only half. I know it's now when I'm losing me. It's now when I'm losing me, I go, and I'm only half. I know it's now when I'm losing you. Every time I know it's now when I'm losing you, I go, and I'm only half. I know it's now when I'm losing me.
Ladies and gentlemen, 34 hours ago, on the 8th of February, 9 minutes past 9 a.m., the Baltic states disconnected from the Brel system. And today, 5 minutes past 2 p.m., we joined the continental European electricity system. Now, in a symbolic act to confirm this historic connection, we invite to the stage Gitanas Nausėda, President of the Republic of Lithuania, the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, Andrzej Duda, President of the Republic of Poland, Edgars Rinkēvičs, President of the Republic of Latvia, Mzioko Alender, the Minister of Climate of the Republic of Estonia. Please activate the connection. Now we would like to ask you to come to the front of the stage and take a family photo of this important event. Now we would like to ask you to come to the front of the stage and take a family photo of this important event. Let this historic event be reminded by a special symbol. Rokas Masiulis, CEO of Litgrid, and Mindaugas Keizeris, CEO of EPSO-G, present to all of you a piece of the historic high-voltage cable. Let it stand for the connection to reliable partners. Let it signify our togetherness and the Energy Independence Day. We thank the distinguished guests who graced the ceremony with their visit. Our event will continue shortly.